Welcome to our very first class. So today we're going to learn on how to construct and interpret a straight line. So when I talk about the straight line, do you have any idea which equations involved in this straight line? And what is the name of the equation? So for straight line, we will use linear equation. And why we call that it is a linear equation? So linear equation normally it have the maximum power of the unknowns are 1. For example, here in this example, I give you y equal to 2x plus 5. So if you notice, the power of x here is 1 and the power of y is also 1. So the maximum power of the unknowns here is 1. Therefore, this equation we call as a linear equation. If it has the power of 2, then we call this as a quadratic. If power of 3, then cubic, and it goes on. So for linear, the maximum power of x, it must be 1, and the maximum power of y also must be 1. So then we call this as a linear equation. So we get the very first example now. Consider the equation of y equivalent to 2x plus 5. What is the value of y when x equal to 4? So here I gave you x value and ask to find the y value. So here what we're going to do is we're going to substitute the variable of x as 4. So when your x equivalent to 4, you substitute x equal to 4 over inside the equation and then calculate the y value. So when x equal to 4 and the y value here will be 13. So similarly here, instead of x, now I give you y. So when I give you y equal to 17, what is your x value? So we're going to follow the similar process where we're going to substitute the y value inside the equation. So when y equal to 17, so 17 equal to 2x plus 5. So now I need to find the x value. Therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring all the constants to the left hand side. So I bring my 5 over there. So 17 minus 5. And then I bring the 2 over another side. So 12 divided by 2. So I get 6. So when x equal to 17, my y value will be 6. So here what I did is I never changed the subject. So if you want, you can change the subject. So what I mean by subject is you can bring all those very constants to the left hand side first and then you substitute. For example, you can bring y minus 5 divided by 2 and then you substitute y value. It doesn't matter. So normally I won't do that. I just substitute the value first and then I will bring all rearrange all the very constants to the same side. So now with the given equation, does the 3, 12 lie in the line? So how are we going to prove whether this coordinate 3, 12 does it lies on the line or not? So for that what we do, you can take either 3 or 12, substitute inside the equation. Okay, you can take either x coordinate or y coordinate and then you substitute inside the equation. So here your x coordinate is 3 and y coordinate is 12. So normally I will choose x coordinate, which is easier for me because I need to rearrange. So I just take the x coordinate and then substitute inside the equation. So when x equal to 3, your y value equal to 11. So is that this 3 and 11 is similar with the given coordinate 3, 12? No. Therefore, 3, 12 does not lie in the line. Okay, because when x equal to 3, your y value must be 11 if it satisfies the line or the graph. Okay, so here 3, 12 does not satisfy or does not lie in the line. How about this? So here I gave you another coordinate which is 7, 19. So here we follow the similar process. So when I substitute x equal to 7, my y value equal to 19 when I calculate. So if you notice, the given coordinate 7, 19 and the value that I calculated when x equal to 7, y equal to 19 is the same. Therefore, the given coordinate 719 lies on the line. So now, as I mentioned to you, we are dealing with a linear equation. So when I say linear equation, there are three ways you can write the linear equation. One, we call general form, which is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Number two, intercept form, where a over x plus b over y equivalent to 1. So that we call as intercept form. And here we are using the gradient form, which is most commonly using. So for gradient form, y is equivalent to mx plus c, where here the m we denote as a gradient or slope, and c is the y-intercept. What is y-intercept? So y-intercept, when the graph or the line intersects the y-axis, then we denote that as a y-intercept. Similarly, when this line intersect the x-axis, then we will call that as a x-intercept. So from here, what is your gradient for your equation? So your gradient is equal to 2 and your y-intercept is equivalent to 5. Okay, now we're going to find the gradient by using two coordinates or 2 points. To do that, we must know the formula for the gradient. So the formula for the gradient will be m, which we denote for the gradient normally, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, where here your x1 and y1, x2 and y2 can be represent any coordinate, either it can be p or q. So let's say here I want to let my p as my x1, so the respective y coordinate must be y1. Similarly, we go to the q. When my x coordinate of q is x1, then the y coordinate will be y1. So you cannot change. For example, you put 2 as your x1 and 5 as your y2. You can do that. So if your 2 is x1, then your 5 must be y1. Okay? So here I put my x1 equal to 2 and y1 equal to 5, and my x2 equal to 4, y2 equal to 13. Once you find this, then you straight away substitute inside the equation. So 13 minus 5 over 4 minus 2. So your gradient will be 4. So now we're going to sketch the graph. As I mentioned to you, y equivalent to 3x minus 4 is a linear line. Why it is a linear line? Because the maximum power of unknowns here is 1. Therefore, this equation denoted as a linear equation. And this linear equation will bring up a linear line. So linear line is a straight line. In order to draw a straight line or sketch a straight line, you need at least two coordinates. So since I already have an equation, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take any coordinate on my own. I can take any coordinate or any value, only one value, either x or y. So for first, I choose x equal to 0. Why I put x equal to 0 is easy to calculate. That's why, that's the only reason. So you can take any coordinate, it doesn't matter. So normally I'll take my first coordinate x equivalent to 0. So when my x equal to 0, my y value will be negative 4. To find the second coordinate, I will find y equivalent to 0. Then I will find my x coordinate. So now I have two coordinates, one which is 0 negative 4 and another one 4 over 3 0. So from here we are going to sketch a straight line. So today we have go through few topics. Number one is finding the variable with given another variable. Number two, identify the coordinates whether it is on the line or it does not lie on the line. Number three, find the gradient with given two coordinates. And number four, sketch the graph with given equation. So for today, we stop here and please continue and please complete the following quiz in post class activity. Thank you.